Morning, folks. Heading to the lake, and we got a little frog. It's froggy up there coming across the bridge. It's beautiful.
But when they do sell
it's very foggy right now.
It's probably one.
What's that? White bass? I know there's yellow bass in here. Yellow bass, guys. No idea. Got one. Welcome back to the channel. Started the morning off throwing a buzz bait up shallow on a little square bill, and got a few bites on that, but we've pivoted out to this standing timber in the middle of this creek, and we're staying, as tempting as it is to go up shallow, and I'm not saying we're not going to go back up there because there are some pads we're going to flip, but I'm staying along this creek channel, and we're throwing a little jerkbait. This is the smaller Bill Lewis Scope Shad, and we're throwing it around this timber just to, I don't know, had Patrick Walters on the live stream a while back, and he said, man, next time you're on a lake with standing timber, you need to be throwing a jerkbait. So that's what we're doing. We're kind of experimenting a little bit. Summertime jerkbaiting, not the biggest fish in the lake, but it is a sign that they will bite a jerkbait when the water is 85 degrees. So we're gonna play around with this a little bit, see if we can learn a little bit. Got him. Another one. A little bit better one this time. Go. This is kind of fun, man. It's a little bit different. This is something, I mean, I don't know, man. I always think of jerkbait as a wintertime, and I know it's not, based on what we've seen the elites and the BPT guys doing. But it's fun, man. They're getting bigger. It's a good bite. Man, these hooks. If you can get a hook in these fish with this scope stick, it's got those like EWG style hooks. I mean, I don't know. You like round bend or EWG on a jerkbait? Let me know in the comment section. I mean, if they're swatting at it, you definitely want round bend, but if they're hitting it, EWG is the way to go, because once they get on there, they typically don't get off. Catching all kind of stuff on the old jerker. I think I'll keep throwing this for a little bit. I'm tempted to go over there, and the wind's really picked up, and those pads are calling me over there. There he is. Got him. Another one, man. Another one. If you can find a little group of them, you can probably get a bite. I've had some pretty good fish follow this thing. Tried the perch color, and I had some lookers and a bite or two on it, but they're wanting this, basically it's like a pearl blue color. It's got that blue back, clear sides, and kind of that pearl belly. And I mean, that fish hammer it. There's about 4 or 5 of them chasing it. Okay. Little feller. Got him. Another jerkbait fish. He swatted at it. Actually saw some shad getting chased up here on this little flat, and just made a really quick cast with that jerkbait. Caught this guy. Eating that thing. Rattle trap, baby. There we go, little rattle trap, chrome and blue back. Standard traditional bait. I was just seeing a lot of these fish out here kind of chasing bait, so I thought, well, let's pick up the old rattle trap, see if we can get a couple bites on that. And I've actually had a couple bites on it, so man, you just got to keep mixing it up out here. We're in the middle of the day. It is hot as snot, and the fishing's not the greatest, but we're just keeping an open mind, trying different things to try to generate some bites. And so far we're having a decent day. Right at the boat, man. Right at your boat. Let me go on. Jerk bait. Right. I think we're gonna go out on the main lake or out towards the main lake. See if we can run this jerkbait pattern. Maybe there'll be some bigger fish out there. Scope Stik's catching some fish though, it's fun. I mean, you're catching some fish for sure. Not the biggest fish in the lake, but they are fish. Oh yeah. Better fish. Jerkbait, nice. Get up in here. There we go. That's a better fish. All right, a little bit better fish on the jerkbait. Man, this is fun. Getting bites, getting feedback, and to me it beats drag. I mean, I love dragging a jig, dragging a worm and stuff, and it is fun. And we may do that, but right now we're gonna stick with this because we are getting some bites, and it's something different, something a little bit different. Little Scope Stik's getting it done though. This is the 110, or no, the 100. So it's their smaller version. Still got 3 hooks on it though, and it dives down there about, I don't know, I'm getting down there about 6 feet. I've got a little split shot on that center hanger to get it down a little bit further. And that's about where these fish are coming. They're just in that kind of 6 to 8 foot zone. There you go. Caught this one on the old tube. Tubage. Stupid tube, stupid fish. I like stupid fish. There we go. Mixing it up, Buttercup. Doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Got a lot of bait around these trees. Kind of show you what I've been throwing out with that jerkbait and that tube. I mean, you can see there's a little bass right there swimming around. There's a lot of bait. This is all standing timber, and I'm just kind of targeting these fish. There's one right there. It's a smaller bass, but you got 2 bass right there. So they're down there in that 8 foot zone. That jerkbait's weighted to fall like 6 to 8 feet. So that's what we're doing. We're looking for, you know, if you can find a group of like 6 or 8, you're much more likely to get a bass. We've got some crappie swimming around down here. There's a lot of activity in this section of the lake. Got some fish out here. So kind of just moving around, casting at this standing timber. And the fish are not everywhere. You know, I've jumped around several different areas of the lake. There's a lot of dead water. So it's one thing you got to do in the summertime is you've got to be on the move. You got to keep moving. And we're getting close to the fall. Fall is notorious for transition, fish being in transition, and it's really important to move, cover a lot of water to find those fish. So this is kind of starting to happen. It happens a little bit earlier than most people realize. So that kind of that late August, you'll start seeing the shad start to make a little bit of a transition period. And I think that's kind of what's starting to go on right now. Tube fish swimming it in. He grabbed it. Sucker. Got him. Drop that tube right on him. The tube's actually paying off, man. I've had several bites on it. Just mixing it up, man. It's fun. Decent little fish. Got a little bluff bank over here. Boat's sitting in like 20. We're only about 15 feet off the bank. Just pitching that tube around these little drop offs. See if I can pick up a bite. Got some shade over here, a little bit of breeze. Feels good. Feels really good. It's hot out here. Air temps are like mid 90s. Water temps about 88. So Definitely still summertime. Yeah. There. The tubage. Go. Another one. There we go. Another one on the tube. Jerkbait bite went away, but tube bite's coming back. All right, folks, midday report. Man, we're catching some fish. We're having to work for them. I started out in the morning throwing a little bit of crankbait, and then I kept seeing all these fish suspended. Something that's been going on lately is there's just a bunch of little pods of shad swimming around, and the fish are just following them all over the place. And I haven't been able to get them to bite like a minnow or a little small swim bait or something. And I picked up a jerkbait and started catching some fish. So I've been throwing this is the Bill Lewis Scope Stik. It's the 100 version, so it's kind of their junior version, but it does have 3 hooks, which is kind of nice. And as far as the color, this is basically their Pro Blue. I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is, but I like to throw it on a snap to give it freedom. I'm throwing it on 8-pound tests, and I've got this Virtus Blue Diamond, their jerkbait rod. It's a 6'8" medium fast, just a luge reel, and man, that's been fun. We've been getting some bites. We're having to work, but most of those fish have been in like 6 to 10 foot of water. I've got the jerkbait weighted. You can see right here I've got a little snap swivel, or just a split ring right there. Got a split ring on that center hanger. I had one on the front, but it was getting just a little bit too deep, a little bit too fast. So, you know, that's something you got to kind of play with. If the fish are down there, you know, in that 8-foot zone, you might have to put some weight on that jerkbait to get it down there to them. Since this doesn't have the deep bill, it's made for like that 4 to 6 foot, but you can put a little weight on there and make it slow sink. And, you know, the fish were schooling. So I picked up the old dependable schooling bait, just the Bill Lewis rattle trap, chrome, blue back, solid schooling bait. Caught a ton of fish on it over the year. It's probably the best, I don't know, probably the most popular color in the rattle trap series. I would say that chrome blue back. Throwing it on another Virtus rod. This is their deep crank rod. It's like a 7.2 medium heavy. Great rod for, I don't know, multi-purpose. You can throw bigger crankbaits on it, but it works great for just a rattle trap. And I've switched, so that bite's been kind of, I don't know, they've been looking at it. They were biting it earlier, and as the sun got higher in the sky, it seems like you know, they quit committing to it. We got in a little bit cleaner water, and typically a little bit cleaner water would be better, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't, it kind of just went away. So we picked up this tube, this stupid tube. This is something I got a lot of confidence in. Just a little 4-inch flipping tube. It's got an internal weight system inside of it. I've got several videos on it. It's a great little bait, and these fish are actually hitting this while I'm swimming it. I mean, I'm getting some off the bottom, but I'm able to kind of swim this through the fish, and they're hitting it. I think they believe it's a little bluegill or something, because it does have that little purple tail. And we're throwing this on the Game Changer, Virtus Game Changer, which is a 7-foot medium heavy. You know, of course, a Lewis Turnip Pro. I think it's like a 6 to 8 or something. That's the deal. The water temps are 89.8. So pretty warm water temps. We do have a little breeze, which is nice, but we got pretty much bluebird skies, and we're catching some fish, man. We are catching some fish. It's fun to, you know, I don't throw a jerkbait, to be honest. I don't throw it a lot in the warmer months, and we should. One thing that we've learned from forward-facing sonar is that you can catch fish all year long on a jerkbait. You just gotta figure out the right cadence, the right action. This Scope Stik seems to be working pretty good. I mean, I haven't tried any other baits, but it seems to be doing the job. And there you go, midday report. Let's go try to catch a few more. On them now, boys. Man, that is fun. that is fun, that little stupid tube. There's this fish chasing shad, and they won't hit that jerkbait, but I'm swimming this tube through them, and they're just freaking smoking it. It's a little school of about, I don't know, just little schools of 3 to 10 bass, and they are just, they're loving this little thing. It's pretty nice. Got him. A little tube fish. It's fun, man. Really been mixing it up today. There you go. There you go, folks. Just gonna wrap it up. I mean, decent fish. Had to end the day with the tube. Jerkbait thing kind of went away, but thanks for coming along. Subscribe if you have not. Man, that jerkbait is fun. You know, we didn't catch anything really big on it, but I have caught some pretty big ones in the past this time of the year. And that fish just, I mean, he was not coming off, man. Tube, great backup bait too. Mixed in a little rattle trap, and had a blast out here, man. Had a blast. So, until next time.